Test, test, test.
Yes, they haunt my soul.
Why?
I don't like to be good at things.
Well, that's an interesting.
It's way funnier if I fail. It's way funnier if I fail.
Well, fair, but anyway.
Failure is always an option.
It's true.
Welcome to the Dolby Inn, the game where everything's made up and the points don't matter. Let's introduce our characters. Chris, what's your racing class and name?
It's my birthday.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Is that your race, name, or class? I'm confused.
Yes.
It's all three.
It's my
armor
birthday.
class
Done.
is my birthday suit, and I am Neverwinter Jones, a Goliath rogue, who is a professor of artifacts and relics at the University of the other big town that is escaping me right now.
Comic? Who are you playing?
All right. I am Comic, and I am playing a Hylian Fighter 3 Ranger 2, and her name is Linky Lou Hylio. And she is a traveler who will be coming to this fine settlement, I guess.
Will you type her name into the chat?
Okie dokie.
And we'll move on to Eric.
Hello, I'm Eric, and today I'm going to be playing Foxy McDougal, and he is a Tabaxi Ranger. Tabaxian? Tabaxian? He's a Catman Ranger.
I accidentally wrote Foxy McGoogle. My mind has been poisoned by this monopoly. Mets girl.
Oh, hi. I'm Zalia tonight, otherwise known as Mets Girl usually. I am a high elf ranger. High elf? Yeah, I think so. I don't know. Elfin something something.
Will you type your name?
Wood elf. There we go.
Will you type your name into the chat?
I
And
suppose.
Timothy.
Well, hello.
Oh, fuck.
I am Morgan Fleshsack of the new Bronzelhaven Fleshsacks, a tiefling bard of the level 5.
Oh, God.
You son of a bitch. It's gonna be a long night.
I gotta chill.
The
Four
Fleshsacks
Rangers
are
and a
very
bard
big
walk
where I
into a
come
bar.
from. I mean, they have a lot of influence.
Kim, will you type your name into the chat? And then Tim, will you type your name into the chat?
I'm busy organizing my dice, Brian.
Wesley is sitting in the bleacher he's in the peanut gallery.
Bleachers.
And so
Do I need to type my name into the chat?
I already did it for you.
Oh, you bastard.
It's your birthday. I'm gonna make you do extra work. That's my only gift to you today.
Okay.
All right, so who wants to be at the inn?
I can be there.
All right. Kim is going to tell us how she starts, and everyone else can pop into the story when they're ready. Kim,
Yes.
what are you doing at the inn?
What time of day is it to start with?
It is just afternoon, like 1
Afternoon.
p.m.
I think I've just finished lunch and I'm having a nice cocktail.
Okay.
Sitting at the bar.
You don't even have to roll for this. You have perceived that the hotel has been hustling and bustling today. It's and not with necessarily with guests, but more with just workers. All the housekeepers are here today. All the cleaners, everybody's working. And what do you want to do?
I have forgotten the barkeep's name.
His name is I've forgotten it too, so it's okay.
Rupert?
Chef Rupert.
Oh, Rupert, what's with all the hubbub around here today?
We have to deal with this about once a month. It's the GM. He gets extra nervous and anxious when the owner is coming by for inspections.
Oh, who owns it?
Oh, Miss Dolby. Let me load her name on my app. Diana Dolby.
And she only comes around once a month?
Well, she's got a number of hotels around the area, so she tours around from place to place with her little caravan, not related to the caravan game, and she checks in when she passes through town.
I
Rupert,
see.
have you already been drinking this morning? Your voice is kind of being weird in the middle of sentences there.
I am always drinking. I'm just looking at files, trying to find my own profile picture. I can't remember which folder I put it in.
What in the hell is a picture?
All right, so Neverwinter is in the inn, apparently.
Oh, Neverwinter. It's been I don't know, a few days, weeks, whatever. It's been a bit since
Sure
we've seen
has.
Here we go.
How have things been around here?
Oh, you know how it goes. Sorry, I was like looking up your name. Oh, there it is.
Celia.
Celia.
You could also,
great,
in
but I-
character, not remember me. It's okay.
Oh no, of course I remember you. We went on plenty of adventure together.
We killed people. It was a good lot of fun.
You guys hear kind of a clatter of bonking into things and stuff being moved in the lobby area around the corner, and soon, but a moment later, you see a group shuffling in, and they are decked out in clothes that are far from the norm around here. They're hauling all sorts of large cases and things. I'm looking.
No, I bet that's the flesh sacks.
Who's the Flash Stacks? Is that the band of some sort?
Oh, they got a large controlling stake at a lot of the schools where I teach at, and a lot of them are kind of pretentious assholes. But
You see-
well,
You guys hear the plucking of guitar strings or like a lyre or something as the guy's coming towards your area, and he's got kind of wild hair. It sticks kind of straight up, and he's got some piercings, and he looks kind of grungy. He comes in and he says, "Barkeep man, I could use a drink." He says, "Coming right up, my friend." "Oh, wait, what kind of a drink?" "Whatever you got, man."
I recommend the highball.
"Highball it is." "You seem to know your stuff. You drink often?"
Well, I've been here more often than I thought I'd be.
"Oh,
Usually I'm out in the woods.
right on, right on. Hey, my name's Bill Lyre. I play the lyre."
Oh, well, that's a a name to be having.
Yeah. This is me and my band, the Flesh Sacks, are just in to play the stage tonight. You ever heard of
Oh,
us?
apparently it's a different set of flesh sacks than I
I
thought.
I didn't know there was a band. I thought they were a family.
Well, we are family, man. When you're in a band, your bandmates are like your family, you know? You travel around with them and you do everything with them. And I mean everything. You know what I mean?
That's kind of disturbing.
Anyway, we're playing a show tonight. It'd be totally,
Alright.
totally awesome if you guys would come down, you know, kind of give us a guaranteed audience. Sometimes we're just not sure if people are going to show up. You know what I mean? It's a rough life being in a band.
Well, I
Oh boy.
I'm looking to pick up some things down at the carpenter's shop, but I suppose I could try to swing back by here before.
Carpenter, right on. That'd be great, man. Hey, listen. We're gonna have a party upstairs later if you want to come and, you know, just hang out and chill for a while or whatever.
After the performance.
Oh, that's all we do, man. It'll be before and after. Maybe even during if we need to take a break, you know. My fingers get tired sometimes.
I I could see that being a trouble with
Yeah, dude, just come on up.
strings.
Yeah, come on up anytime. If you're not doing anything or whatever, when you're done doing carpentry or whatever. That's so rad. You see one of the other guys come in and he's pulled out his upright bass and he's kind of just carrying it like a guitar, but this thing is fucking huge and he's like dum, 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 as he's walking. And he's like,
Oh boy.
yeah, this is Phil. Not Phil. This is John. Sorry, Phil. Sorry, John. I had some stuff before I came in here, man. I'm so like out of it right now. It's
Hey, you saw the herbalist, eh?
yeah, man. And John comes in, he goes, "How's it going?" Yeah, I play bass. This
I see.
is kind of
That's
it's just kind of the one that they needed a bass player, and so I didn't have anywhere to live, so they let me just come on tour with them. Said if I can play these strings, then yeah, they'll let me hang out with them. Yeah, man. He got pretty, you know, he wasn't great at first, but he's gotten
pretty
good.
cool that you got all those fancy instruments. Do you know any Archduke Ellington?
Boo.
oh, I haven't heard a bass player. I think ever. I've never seen such an instrument.
I know this one. He plays boom, 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 boom. Yeah, he likes to play that one when we go out on the lake and have a smoke, you know?
I see.
Boo.
All right. So, Mortimer's going to walk in, and whether you like it or not, Brian. Well, hello. Mortimer Fleshsack here, lead singer of the Flesh Sacks. And what I would like to tell all of you is about how the concert we're about to put on is going to be the bee's knees.
Are you a part of my band?
Now I am.
The band
Lead
is
singer, were you listening?
the band is named after you.
I love it.
Yeah,
Freaking
Mortimer
love it.
Fleshsack, lead singer of the Flesh Sacks.
Holy shit. Okay.
Oh my
So we are
god.
the
Coolest
same
name,
flesh
dude.
sacks. Small realm.
You're aware of the Flesh Sacks from New Braunselhaven, then?
Oh god.
Oh yeah, I've seen you around. You've made some quite large donations to the University of Waterdeep.
Well,
Well,
yes.
maybe not you personally, but the family.
I would just like to make I like to make donations to the University of Pound Town. And he winks at Met's girl. Zalia. Leah.
Oh God. Oh God.
I see.
You guys hear kind of a shout from the staircase, and the GM comes down, Curry, and he says, "What the hell is going on here?" And they're like, "Hey, we're the band, man." And he's like, "You weren't scheduled to be in until tomorrow." Well, we're here now, man. We're gonna play tonight. And he gets this sick look on his face, and he goes like, "I need to go step into the office." And he just looks like
Okay,
he's
Mortimer's going to follow him.
into the office.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't even notice you. He's so preoccupied and lost in thought. He goes through the door and sits down at his desk. And then a moment later, he just gets the sense that somebody's standing behind him, and he looks back and sees you there, and he goes, "What the devil are you doing here?"
Nice to meet you. I'm Dirk Digler. I'm the manager for the band. And I'm just here to remind you that you signed an agreement with us, and you says that you was gonna pay us and that we was gonna play today. And if you're saying that we's gonna play tomorrow, that's gonna be an extra cost.
That. Oh, right. Well, listen, we're having the owner's coming by for inspections today, so all I request is that you just please don't destroy anything. Please keep the place tidy and neat until once she's gone, you can do whatever the hell you want. I don't care, but you bloody well keep the place clean until she gets here. I beg of you.
So I hears yes, no hijinks. And Mortimer will wink at him and proceed back out the door.
Tim has split into two characters.
Oh God.
All right.
The problem when your
Well, my
DM comes to
deception
play.
is 10. I don't think it's
All right.
unreasonable that he can just switch between characters like that.
Suddenly, the door to the inn opens up,
Okay.
and through there walks a woman about 6'5", with a green hood, leather armor, and combat boots. It seems like she also has crossbow bolts lining those boots.
Okay.
And she has 2 crossbows on either sides of her hip, and 2 long braided golden locks of hair.
And what does she do when she comes into the lobby?
She's gonna walk up to the bar.
Okay, I think the band is finally getting registered. Feather is behind the counter helping them, and Gumley is helping them with their luggage, and they're going to start making the other 2 members are going to make their way upstairs. So you're going to go into the bar with the bassist, the lyreist, and then Kim and Chris. Man.
Hey, this another ranger if I've ever seen one.
She
Looks like it's a party.
Hello there. My name's Linky Lou. It's nice to meet you. She shows off a big, wide, white grin, and she goes, "By any chance, do you know about the Heronius family? Are they around here?"
Oh, you mean Lincoln Heronius?
Lincoln? Oh, you mean my cousin? Where is he?
I don't know. He hasn't been in all day. He usually comes by to get some milk.
Oh, yeah, he does like his milk. Well, I'm not really good with directions. Do you think that there's someone that could help me find where they live?
Sure. don't. He just gets kind of a puzzled look on his face, and he goes, "Come to think of it, I've never really asked. I'm not entirely sure where he lives." Well, you might ask. Let's see. Come to think of it, I don't know any of his relatives either. He's like, all I really know about him is he likes to drink milk. He don't say much.
Yeah, he doesn't really talk. I haven't really seen him since we were 5 years old. So,
Listen, if you need a place to crash or whatever, we've got a room upstairs. I don't know what number it is yet, but the guys are up there now. You can hang with us. How old are you? Oh, it doesn't matter.
oh,
Oh, Jesus.
okay. Well, thank you very much, but I really should be getting to finding my cousin and my aunt and uncle. They're the only family I really have anymore. My grandma died.
Oh, that you're really bumming us out now, man. You should have a drink.
I don't drink unless it's milk.
Right on, milk. Oh, I remember when I used to drink milk.
Rupert makes a good white Russian. It's got milk in it.
That's right. I
Oh.
could give you a white Russian.
No, thank you.
We've established Russia as canon in this world now.
It can just be
Grandma
the name of a
says
drink.
alcohol is very bad for me, so I don't drink it.
Oh, a little bit doesn't hurt you, dearie.
No thanks.
En
I just
contraire,
want
mon
some good old
ami.
milk.
A little bit sometimes is just what you need.
In this realm, Russia has an H in it.
Oh god.
At this point, the other band members come down, and one of them is kind of twirling a drumstick in his hand, maybe a couple drumsticks. He kind of beats on the walls as he's walking by and stuff. He beats on everything. And then the other one is, what the hell does he play? I didn't write it down. Oh, he was going to be the lead singer, but Tim took that job. So I'll say he has I don't know, a flute.
He has a guitar, and that's canon.
Hell yeah.
Oh no.
The guitarist and the drummer come down.
I will
Is
also
it like
come
a pipe organ
downstairs.
guitar where he's got a stack of like all these metal pipes on his back.
And he's not his guitar is not hooked up to anything, but he's still got it strapped around his neck just like as a
Oh,
decoration
great.
piece. So Eric, you said you come down?
Yes, I will be coming
It's a
down.
guitar necktie.
And I'm wearing like a black cloak with a hood like pulled over my face. Or pulled over my head, I should say, obscuring my face. And I'll kind of walk into the bar and then look at all the people and like kind of skirt around some of the tables to go sit at the other end of the bar.
You guys, somebody roll me perception.
Oh,
I'll do it.
okay.
I got a 3.
Somebody else
I
roll me
got-
perception.
I got a 12 plus. Give me a moment. A 12.
I got a
plus-
17.
Linky Lou and Zalia.
Yeah, I got a 14.
Linky
So-
Lou and Zalia, you both happen to glance over as Foxy's walking in, and you notice the GM is coming out of his office, and he sees you all gathered in the kitchen, and he just gets this super depressed look on his face, and he just kind of sighs and walks away.
Oh no, he doesn't seem like he's very happy.
Can one of the band members start playing on their instrument? Doom, doom, bow, da, doom, doom, bow, da, doom.
They're like, and once one starts playing, they all start jamming together, and it doesn't even matter when or where they are. So he's drumming on the table, and the dude set up his guitar, and it's not making much noise, but he's going plunka plunka, and the lyre's going.
I really like your music, eh?
Yeah, this is.
Yeah,
neat. You should see us in full performance. Although looking at that stage now, I don't know, man. It looks kind of small. We're used to more room to run around when we play.
the music
We'll
is
just
very
have
nice.
to make some room, won't we, boys?
Oh yeah, this is our lead singer Mortimer. He can He's got a sick growl
I can hear it.
and a
So
beautiful
he's like an animal?
tenor.
Yes, well, my name is Mortimer Fleshsack of the New Bronzelhaven Flesh Sacks. It's a pleasure to meet you.
I'm
Hi.
Celia.
My name's Linky Lou. It's nice to meet you.
Neverwinter Jones.
As
I reach out my hand to shake his hand.
as you guys
He'll
are,
shake it, but it's very limp-wristed and kind of not very strong. You know what I mean? He just kind of holds out his hand and.
I get like a kind of I don't even know what I do. I'm as confused as my character right now with what to do with that.
Neverwinter, roll me another perception. Please roll higher.
Oh, that's better. Let me. Oh wait, let's see what my modifier is. So 14.
So as you're sitting there talking to Mortimer, you see going up to the counter with some luggage is the two specters that you saw in last week's episode. And
The two specters.
I said two people float in, and you're like, they floated, and then I made them specters.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember what they did. I took no notes last time, so.
So normally you wouldn't have to. There's not usually any continuity or carryover, but in this specific case, they actually recognize you. And he floats over to you and he says, "Oh, wait a minute. Aren't you the archaeologist?"
Yes, that would be me. Unless there are any other archaeologists here. Anybody else? Yeah.
No,
I
I worked on a farm.
Did you farm artifacts?
No, I worked on a chicken farm. Well, I guess they're not called chickens. Technically, they're called kuka by my people.
I have something for you. And he goes into his ghostly luggage and he pulls out a ghostly book and he opens it and pulls out a ghostly page and he hands it to you and he says, "I have no use for this. I was investigating it while I was alive, but now it's of no use." And
Yeah, I'll take a look at that.
he says,
She-
"Maybe you
she
can
stares over
carry
his
on."
shoulder.
I'm going to post a picture of it. It's this ghostly white translucent page of what looks to be like a journal or something. He says, "I was searching for the other half when I kicked the bucket." And then his wife comes along and she says, "Are you ready, dear?" And he says, "Well, it's been a nice vacation."
Wait. Where did you find this half?
Oh, I don't quite recall. I haven't thought that part of the plot up. He says, "We must be going. It was a nice vacation. We got to get back to our eternal damnation." And then you hear, and they disappear into thin air.
Linky Lou waves and says, "Bye, have a good time."
No wonder he died during his investigation. He didn't seem to be very good at investigating.
Foxy is like at the end of the bar, rubbing his temples. He's like, "Oh, this goddamn noise! I haven't even had my coffee yet."
Coffee, you want?
Rupert, one coffee, one whiskey, one milk, please.
Oh,
One coffee, one whiskey, one milk. Do.
all the guys start playing with you. He says, pretty soon Rupert comes along and he hands you a single cup. There you go.
Perfect. This saves me the trouble, and I just start chugging it.
Roll Constitution.
Oh boy.
It's just
Oh.
like a Irish coffee with milk in it, dude.
You
Yeah.
you
I rolled a 16, unless it's a save, in which case still rolled a 16.
you are feeling energetic and also calmed down at the same time.
That song would have been done by George Thorough. Okay.
Mr. Rupert, was it?
That's right. What can I do for you?
Can I please have a glass of milk?
Of course, my little friend.
Thank you so much.
He gets the milk. He's got this dispenser. This what the hell do you call those? Oh, a tap. But it's
He's
just
got milk on tap.
yeah. But it's like a single udder that he pulls.
That's quite the contraption you got there.
He's got milk and milk light.
Wow. So
called
that
skim
makes
milk.
milk?
All right, here you go.
Thank you so much, Mr. Rupert. She downs the whole entire thing in one gulp.
I take that half a page over to Rupert and I'm like, does this look familiar to anything you know around here?
Now that you mention it, there is something awfully familiar about this drawing, but I cannot put my finger on it.
Kind of looks like an old turtle had died and his eyes fell out.
I would think it's some sort of map. I feel like I've seen this location before, but I'm not.
No, this is definitely a dead turtle. It's very, very clear
He
that
actually
we are
dead
looking
turtle?
for a dead
Oh, no.
turtle somewhere.
he actually turns it
That's
sideways.
so sad.
He turns it sideways and looks at it and he goes, "Oh yes, I see it now. It is a dead turtle." And then
But actually, that reminds me quite a bit of the port Whitney near New Braunselhaven.
Oh, all the way out there, eh?
Yes, near Whitney.
You know, that town used to be pretty quiet until they added the extra H in the name.
Whitney.
the town is a hustling and a bustling, I tell you what.
You know, it's not as funny when you do it, Rupert.
Out of nowhere.
Oh, were we supposed to be laughing? Oh, ha ha ha.
As you're fake laughing, out of nowhere, there's a huge explosion of smoke. And
Oh no,
out steps
someone's in trouble.
out steps another man dressed all in black, but he's in a fancy looking kind of a tuxedo for the day, and he's got kind of a
Hard
pencil.
Wyatt?
No, he's got a pencil thin mustache and kind of like 1950s style hair, and he goes, "There's a lot of people here. I'll take give me a gin. Come in right up," and he slides it over. "Are you?" Oh, he says, "Were you all here for my show?"
What?
"The show I performed yesterday evening."
No, I'm here for my cousin and his family. I don't know you people.
You don't know me. I am Vincent Bryce. And he suddenly pulls like a flame. He pulls up his hand and a flame bursts out, and then he pulls up his other and some flowers pop out.
Ooh, I can do that too. She casts firebolt up into the air.
It shoots up and it hits the ceiling, and there's this huge scorch mark in the ceiling, and Vincent looks up quite impressed actually, and he goes, I'll have to learn that one someday.
Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. I hope the roof's okay.
A piece of like I don't know what the roof is made of.
Plaster.
Plaster is what I was trying to think. I kept thinking drywall. I was like, that's not right.
Drop ceiling tile.
Plaster falls down.
Oh no.
No way, you guys are like wizards? And he goes, I am a magician.
Well, my grandma said I was always a very magical girl.
Impressive. I would be interested in seeing other things you can do. And he says, yeah, like we should go up and have like a magic show in our room or whatever.
What's a magic show?
Now, Mr. Liar, we've had a conversation about your skeeziness before. I would appreciate it if you could keep it under wraps until after the show.
My bad.
Quite.
And suddenly, dude, I've got so many characters now, I'm forgetting names. Curry Beauregard comes around the corner and he says, now listen, while I appreciate all of your business here, and I see that you are all drinking, but when you finish your drinks, could we disperse this myriad of people? I'm worried about the owners coming in soon, and I'm trying to keep a and he looks up at the ceiling and he goes, what the bloody hell happened there? This is exactly what I was worried about. This is what I was trying to avoid. Rupert! What is it? I no see nothing. And he starts pulling the udder into a glass for nobody.
Ooh, I'll take that, Miss.
On the
Yeah, it just kind of did that.
He
And,
said,
it's fairly unsafe. Should probably call the Port Authority to get this place checked over.
When you say Port Authority, my ears perk up underneath my hood. It's like tented up now, like like Batman's cowl.
They do all sorts
What's the
of
Port Authority?
safety inspections.
and when you say inspection, his whole demeanor falls again, and he turns and he walks away, muttering to himself. Anyway, our show is going to be fire tonight. Oh, fire! And he kind of points at the ceiling. Hey,
Everyone laughs and looks at the camera.
What are we laughing about?
you know what would be totally rad is if you guys would do magic while our band is playing.
I don't know. My grandma says that magic is very important and it shouldn't be used for just anything.
Magic.
But I guess I just did do that.
Magic is one of the most important things. It's how I stay in business.
Wow.
This time the flames are like multicolored.
Wow. I can't do that. That's great.
We got a request to know, how old is Linky Lou?
Oh, she is 18 years old.
I was about to say 12 years old and Liar's going to jail.
No, she just turned 18.
Okay.
Listen,
I feel less skeevy about the things that are happening then, and I won't be quite as protective.
I was wondering if you guys are going to be like, oh no. Yeah, she acts more innocent than her age. Like, she is innocent-minded, but she's 18. So,
She was raised with grandma.
yeah.
all
Got
he
it.
was going to do is offer her drugs, you guys.
That's all.
Hey,
Grandma says drugs are bad.
Your grandma's a liar.
whoa, your grandma's such a square.
Well,
What's
now,
this?
Johnny,
What do you
we
mean?
need to explain to Miss Linky Lou that she doesn't want any part of this shit.
Well, listen, we're going.
Grandma says that's a bad word.
Well, Grandma would be correct.
Whoa, wait, pod is a bad word?
Yeah,
No shit is a bad word, along with fuck and
that
other
one too.
things.
What other things, man?
Bitch and
Um,
cunt.
Linky Lou covers her mouth and her ears. She tries to cover both her mouth and ears.
When you say that, Bill Lyer starts like jotting down notes on a notepad. Man, I'm gonna add all of these into my next song.
Hey, that'll make a good song, yeah.
So
The
I don't
aggravating.
7
think
dirty
Grandma would
words
be
that you
happy
can't
with
say
me.
on tour.
I don't think Grandma would be happy with me if I went there, so I don't think I'm gonna go. I'm sorry.
Oh man, you're missing out, bro. Well, anyway, we're gonna split. If anyone wants to have some real fun, come on up. And the four of them, and I don't know what the singer's doing, but the four of them get up and they start making their way towards the stairs.
Have fun, gentlemen. Try not to be too burnt out for the show.
The magician kind of watches them leave and then looks back at you guys and looks back at them, and then he goes, well, I'd better be popping off as well. And he follows them.
Goodbye. Linky Lou waves.
That was quite
Yeah. There's something else. I don't think I want to get started with them quite this early, but maybe after the show.
We have never had them here before. They seem like they will be a wild performance.
Ay.
Means I have to work late.
Ay.
Huh. Well, do you know
So-
if there's any farms to work on around here?
Well, perhaps you might check with who would you check with? And he gets a puzzled look on his face and he says,
Check with McChicken.
The
I did some
chicken.
work for him a little while ago.
That's right, there was a farmer in here.
But you don't talk to chickens. I mean,
No, McChicken. He doesn't have any chickens. Get chickens out of your head. The man's name
Okay.
is McChicken.
all right.
And he no longer has a problem with giant offset walking creatures.
That's quite a presumption.
Okay.
That you would think a man named McChicken would have chickens.
I know, right?
I
Yeah, what do you
didn't hear-
think? I've got Dougals all over the place? Come on, kid.
I didn't hear the McChicken part. I just heard the chicken part.
I start pulling Dougals out of my pocket and hiding them.
Whoa. What's that thing?
Don't worry about it, kid.
You know, this has all been fun, but I've got a mystery to solve here. I've got to find the other half of this page, or at least where
Can
it
I
leads
come
to.
along?
Sure.
Is there a map
Yay.
of the greater area somewhere in the hotel?
I have one.
In
I
the
think I know where a map would be. Something like that would belong in a museum.
Dun dun dun.
So that's where I'm going.
Being that it's an inn, they have a number of different maps.
Oh boy, I've never been to a museum before.
You guys hear a crash from upstairs, kind of right above you.
Oh no!
And then you hear music start playing, and the bass is kind of rumbling through the ceiling.
Oh. What's that noise?
Yeah, it sounds like they're
Well, it's
starting
probably
their...
none of our business. Let's go and try this treasure hunt.
Yeah.
You
yeah, I
you
lit
all
the
are heading
purple
out
one.
then.
Oh yeah, well, I'll check back in with you later, Rupert.
Very well.
Unless you want to come with us.
I would, but I have to work tonight.
Right, I must be back before we do the performance. Or maybe not. Doesn't really matter.
I thought you were the lead singer.
A
Hey,
good
okay,
band
okay.
doesn't need vocals.
We're an instrumental group.
Singers are neat. My grandma used to sing me lullabies when I was a little girl.
Kind of a
Would
little
you
girl
like
now.
to hear one of our songs then, Miss Linky Lou?
Okay.
It's called Piss Shit. And it's quite
Blinky Lou says, on second thought, I don't know if I want to hear that song.
Well, it's about a lover and the things that you want from said lover. If you understand my meaning.
What's love?
It's a song about love, you see.
What's love got to do with it?
Mostly just piss shit.
You know what I always say about love? It's just a second-hand emotion. Well, that's the only way I
Why
have
do
it.
you sound? Why do you sound like Count Chocula?
That's the only.
Oh, God.
That's the only love I ever get, anyway.
Oh, no.
With my second-hand motion.
One
Oh
love,
my God.
two love,
No.
You guys hear another crash from upstairs, and part of the plaster falls from the ceiling again.
Hey,
Well, we
really?
should probably get out of here. Post
I
haste,
hope they'll
post
be all
haste.
right.
Or I guess there is a different option.
I
You guys can do
a
whatever
little
you
bit
want.
worried.
I just want to help people. Because that's what Grandma would have wanted.
If I see your cousin, I'll let him know you're looking for him.
Thank you so much, Mr. Rupert.
He tips his.
She smiles.
Yeah. He tips
All right,
his
Mortimer's
glasses.
gonna head upstairs then.
You're going upstairs?
Yeah, isn't that where the noise sounded like it was coming from?
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
I thought we were all gonna go to the museum.
Yeah.
Gotta
I'm
do it.
going to the museum.
Do whatever you want.
I think she's concerned about the noise as well. So Zelia will go upstairs as well.
Okay.
All right. Linky Lou's going to go to the museum with Neverwinter?
Yep.
All right.
Foxy is also more interested in the museum than some noise.
Okie dokie. Oh boy. Splitting the party already.
Yay.
It's Brian's fault. He brought this on himself.
Too many plot hooks in one session.
All right. So Zelia and Flesh Sack end up going upstairs, and Foxy and Linky and Neverwinter. Foxy and Linky are headed to the museum. Who wants to kick this off? Which one of you wants to go first?
Well, probably the upstairs because it would take a lot longer to get to the
Yeah.
museum.
Yeah.
So you guys are on your way to the museum, and Zelia and Flesh Sack, you're going upstairs, and you see some of the housekeepers coming down on. They're like passing by you, and they have these really worried looks on their faces. And then as you get to the top, let me post that real quick.
Where did you find your bandmates?
Well, they're a bit of a rambunctious sort, but I've been more than capable of getting them out of trouble. So, anywho, let's go and see where this noise is coming from.
Aye.
You get to the top, and there's a door in front of you, and then a door in the corner, and it's labeled with the number 2. And around the corner, you see the head housekeeper, who you would assume to be, because that's the image she has. She is putting some stuff away in the closet, and all of the noise and the music and everything is coming from door number 2.
All right, so I'm gonna go bang on the door and yell out, "Hey, open up! This is Cliff Cliffsley with the Port Authority, and you gotta open up right now, eh?"
You hear more crashes, the music stops, and there's like thudding across the floor. And they're like, you kind of hear muffled like, "Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit."
Why didn't you just open the door? I sincerely doubt they've locked it. I try the handle.
God.
You hear right behind the door, "Hide it, hide it, hide it." And then the door swings open, and there's this guy standing there in a cloud of smoke, and he's kind of waving his hand, and it's Liar, and he goes, "Whoa, wait, man. I didn't know you worked for the Port Authority."
I'm just
I-
fucking with you, liar.
You got me with one of your things that you do. Come on, man. You gonna party with us or what? And you see
No,
the
we
band.
might need you to. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Eric figured it out. You solved my puzzle, Eric. Okay, so you go into the room and immediately you see all the
Well,
band
that
members.
didn't take long.
Nope. You see the band members like reaching into furniture and behind furniture and pulling out their smokes and stuff again. And the musician's already in the corner looking super out of it. Like his eyes are half masked and kind of bloodshot. And they're like,
Which musician?
oh, not musician. I meant magician.
Okay. Hey, you've been up here for all of 10 minutes.
He's crazy, man. He took like 10 at once. I think he's in a
That's,
hurry.
Well, he's certainly gotten to where he was going, I think.
I don't know. He keeps holding out his hand, but he's not saying anything, so we just keep giving him another one.
Oh, God.
That is the recommended prescription.
Oh, my God.
Maybe let's not kill him, eh?
Kill him? Oh, no, man. Nobody's died from this stuff. As he's handing the guy another one, and after he just lit it up.
Oh, no.
Well, I've smoked some things in the forest before, but I've never done quite that many in a row.
One of them
What?
falls out of the magician's mouth and lands on his fancy vest and starts smoking a hole through it.
Hey, I'm gonna go and take it off of his vest.
I guess
That's
that one's yours.
Hey, what the hell?
I'm
I'll
not
go for
gonna make you roll for the first one, but you could roll for the second one if you end up having a second one.
Gotcha. Constitution check, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
So if we jump over to you guys, the museum is not far away, so you you guys wouldn't have any trouble getting there. Let's see. I'm looking for the map again. I just lost it. Oh yeah, just down the block.
All right.
You guys just go right inside.
Yeah, go right inside.
This is when you first enter, it's just a long kind of resonating corridor, and every step kind of echoes through these chambers. And you see a man at a desk, and he's kind of old, and he's sitting there, and his eyes are shut, and he's leaning on his hand, and he's kind of doing that sleepy bob where he starts to fall, and then he picks himself back up and starts to fall and picks himself back up.
So
Hello there.
stand-
Linky waves at him.
He begins snoring.
Linky
I
huffs a
take
little
the
bit
bell
and
off
then
the desk and put it on the top of the guy's head, and then I smack the bell on top of his head.
He clutches the desk trying to maintain balance as he goes.
oh,
Oh, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
wow.
Wakey, wakey.
Welcome to the Torrington Armory Museum. Are you here for a tour?
No, I'd like to speak to the curator.
Curator. Oh! Well, that's me. Yes. I'm the curator.
You work at this too?
I am.
Times must be rough.
I'm running the entire Armory Museum these days. Yeah, you're really quiet, Chris.
Log off my bucket.
Anyway, it's very nice to meet you, Mr. Curator. Linky waves again, hoping to get a better reaction this time.
And you as well.
Any better?
A little bit. You're still kind of robot-y, but you sound louder.
Okay.
Um,
So, I put the paper down on the desk in front of him. Does this look like anything around here to you?
let me see here. Appears to be some sort of dead turtle.
Yeah, that's what I first figured too, but it seems that if you read the text on the bottom, it speaks of a treasure beneath some ruins, and I'd like to go find it.
Yes, I see. He kind of pulls his glasses down a little bit and looks at it closer, and you see him scan the page, and he goes, "An artifact, interesting. Temple under the ruins. Well, I suppose perhaps we should check with the old maps and see if there were any temples back in the day." He kind of guides you over down the hall, and he says, "Oh, map room is just down here."
Thank you.
So he takes you into this room that's got these sliding walls, almost like partitions, and he starts sliding them over, and there's layer after layer of these just mural-sized maps of all sorts of things dating back to who knows how long. And it's got a lot of war and military kind of like plans and things on them. And then finally, he's kind of like holding up your ghostly paper, and he says, "It's a bit hard to see this. It's kind of see-through."
Is there just a general map of the area in this room, like without going into all the
Um,
old maps and everything?
You turn around and you see that it's kind of sorted by date. So when you turn around, the one behind you is actually current.
All right. And does it show like the area around Torrington, like the
It
greater
is.
general area?
It is the map that you have access to.
All right. Oh, there it is.
What? What? You found?
Federal Bay. That's a Froggen Hall, and should be right around there.
Oh, well, if you're going to the better obey, you'd better obey. And he kind of gives a wheezy laugh, like.
Jesus Christ.
I always liked that
If
one.
this whole expedition's gonna be like this, it can keep its treasure.
Yeah, he holds the translucent ghostly map up, and it matches perfectly with. It's almost as if somebody traced over it and flipped it upside down in Photoshop.
Probably exactly what someone did.
You're robot-y. Let me try a quick server change. So back to the room. What are you guys doing in the room?
Okay, so he's Mortimer's just going to tell his bandmates, well, yes, I'm going to be going on a bit of an adventure, but it should prove lucrative if it pans out. So you may need to cover me as I may be a bit late returning.
Oh, right. Vaughn, you gonna do vocals? And Vaughn kind of smiles.
Absolutely not. Vaughn is the worst and terrible. Liar, you are taking over on vocals. As a matter of fact, just play instrumentals until I return.
Oh, an instrumental night. I'm into it.
Now, don't do that jam bandy bullshit that you sometimes do. Songs must end at some point. If you just play one fucking movement for the entire evening, I swear to God, Liar, I am going to kick your dick so far up your intestines that you will only ever be pissing out your asshole.
God.
He gets a sad look on his face.
Oh my
And
God.
he just says, right on, man.
Oh my
You're
God.
damn right, on, man.
And he
Mortimer will,
he sorrowfully lights up another joint and sticks it in the magician's hand.
Oh my God.
but Mortimer's going to start heading towards the museum.
All right. You guys were not upstairs so very long, so by the time you get to the museum, you see Neverwinter and Linky Lou and Foxy McDougal finishing up.
Hello.
Yeah, we're all walking out the door before they enter in.
Okay. So,
Link blue waves.
Zelia, unless you stayed in the room, you and Mortimer just went to the museum.
I caught that.
So you guys are, I am assuming, going to Froggen Hall.
Yep.
Okay. We're gonna fast forward. You guys are arriving at Froggen Hall. It didn't take long. You probably a couple hours, maybe an hour and a half.
Man, those bandits that attacked us were crazy, right?
And I'm glad that this cute, adorable chicken is safe.
Man, I
It
feel like
hops
a
out of-
whole level stronger.
Nope, you don't.
It hops out of her arms and books it into the sunset.
So you all leveled up, and then the bandits came and stole all your levels.
Oh no. Well, that's a
Right.
darn shame.
And then they were all faster than you because they were a level higher.
Because that's how levels work in D&D.
When you guys are pulling up to Froggen Hall, this is kind of super farmy country bumpkin. And are you going? Did you go across the bridge or did you go around Atticock?
We definitely went around Attica.
Okay. Then you're approaching this village and you see some
We'll have
farmland.
to do a prequel adventure at some point. Fill that time gap in.
There's like a big windmill in the background, like abnormally large, and then trees in the bay. You can actually see Torrington from here. It's just really far off in the distance. And when you roll up, you see some general shops. Nothing fancy. Mostly it's just people hanging around in town, just talking on their porches and stuff.
I want to go up to probably the oldest person that I see.
Okay. This person has wrinkles for days, and they're sitting there, and their eyes are kind of sunken in, and he's got hair growing out of everywhere except the top of his head, and he's really tan, and his skin is kind of leathery, and he's just rocking in his chair, and he doesn't even notice you when you're like right in front of him, off to the side a little bit, and he still doesn't even notice you. He's kind of lost in his own world.
Do I still have the ringer from the museum?
Oh, the bell?
Yeah.
Well, it's up to you, I suppose.
No, I'm not gonna do that. I just walk up. Excuse me.
Hello. I'm Fred.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Fred. I'm Neverwinter Jones. I reach my hand down to shake his hand.
He rocks back and forth and smiles and doesn't take your hand. He's just grinning at you.
I pull the hand slowly back, and then I
was in the war.
That's very nice.
Me and my soldiers, we used to be on the front lines, and I live to tell about it. They're all dead, though, now.
Oh, no, that must have been really scary, mister.
My mama, she used to make porridge for me and my siblings on the farm, and she'd ring the triangle, and we'd come in for supper.
You lived on a farm? I lived on a farm, too. And my grandma used to make porridge every Sunday morning.
He's like not even listening or giving you acknowledgement or anything other than his weird smile. And then pretty soon, another gentleman comes hobbling along with a cane, and he goes,
"That's no use talking to Mortimer. He's lost it up here, if you know what I'm saying."
Oh, no. That sounds terrible.
No, I
look over to R. Mortimer.
And then he says, "My name's Fred," again.
"Don't listen to him. That's Mortimer. Fred was his brother. He thinks he's his brother. He was never in the war."
Well, were you and your brother ever aware of some ruins that would be around here?
Oh, he's not my brother. Ruins, you say? Yeah, though there's the old ruins down south of here. Yep, we used to go there when we were kids, when our parents weren't watching us.
Anything dangerous there we should know about?
It's all just rock and rubble now. We used to pretend we were knights in the old castles, but it was in better shape back in those days. It's all overgrown now.
Well, at
What are
least
the
it's
ruins
not
called?
rock and roll.
Oh, they're called, we used to just call them the Better O Ruins, but I don't know their actual name. Hey, what brings you out here anyway, asking all these questions?
Oh, I'm out here on a archaeological hunt, searching for relics and artifacts.
All of you?
He looks at your whole party.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
we got a
Why?
map or something, eh?
Ooh, you're a pretty one.
Where's... Hey,
Jeez. Are you getting back at her for the hard light? I digress.
we can't spoil it for the others yet.
What did you say? Why are you out here? You looking for something?
There's a map,
Yeah,
I
look.
think. Eh?
Map, you say?
I pull the map out of my my bag.
Let me see here. Let me see. He moves it back, and then he moves it front, and then he moves it back, trying to get a focused view, and then finally he says, "Oh," kind of squinting, and he goes,
Looks like a page from a journal. You know, old Finley, he always used to journal all the time. He was always writing about all of us. He was a journaler, that one.
Oh, Thinley. How did he die?
Don't rightly know, but, well, I think his sister's still alive. She still lives here in whatever this place is called. Froggen Hall.
Would you be able to point out the house?
Sure, it's just around the corner here. It's the blue one.
He gestures down the road.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. She waves and then starts walking in the opposite direction,
Hey,
not realizing that the whole entire group is walking the other direction.
hey, Linky Lou. You're going the wrong way, lass.
Oh my, thank you. And she starts running to catch up with the group.
You get to this house, and I presume you just knock on the door?
Yep.
This kind of elderly lady, but not nearly as elderly as those two guys, opens the door, and she goes, may I help you?
Yes. I was told that you were the sister of most likely the person that drew this map, and I produced the paper.
What happened to it? Why is it see-through?
I'm not sure. I also don't know why it's ripped in half. But I've come out here looking for apparently what it's trying to lead us to.
She's examining it, and she says, this does look like my brother's handwriting. It could be. Where did you get it?
Oddly enough, I got it from a pair of specters in Torrington.
And she kind of looks at your whole party of weird outfits and different types of people, and she hears specters, and she gets suddenly kind of like, what the fuck is going on?
Trust me, we know it's weird.
All right.
I mean, my grandma used to talk about the undead a bunch, and she said that they were bad business and that I needed to take care of them because I am a chosen hero or something like that. You remind me a lot of my grandma.
When you say undead, she gets even more reluctant looking, and she says, well, I have a box of his things if you promise to just browse through it briefly. I'll go get it. And she shuts the door in your face.
Oh my. I hope I didn't scare her.
Nah, you're doing great, kid.
Thanks.
I kind of rustle the top of her head, even though she's taller than me by a little bit. So,
Oh, yeah.
Linky Lou starts
actually, no, we're probably about the same height. 6'5". Yeah, we're probably close to the same height.
I'm going to imagine that Linky Lou has a little dagger, and she's like flipping it in the air and kicking it.
Yeah.
Fucking Indiana Jones' son.
So Leah's going to go climb the nearest tree.
All right.
Just to kind of get a look out and see if she can see anything around town.
Roll perception. I'm not. It's a nice like walnut tree.
Natural 20.
Okay. So you climb at the top of this tree, and you can see Torrington.
Chicken.
You can see the chicken. You can see the watchtower. You can see Adcock. You can see all the boats on Better Bay. To the other side, you can see the hills. You can see the ruins they were speaking of and the forest behind them. The ruins just look like you can see on the map right here. They're just some archways, some walls. It's all kind of broken down.
Okay.
And then
Linky Lou. Oh,
and you can see the sun is starting to go down a little bit. It's like not sunset yet, but it's making its way towards sunset.
Hey, Mortimer, don't you need to be back for your show?
It'll be all right. I've already taken care of that. Well, hopefully.
Yeah, really?
Let's
It's
be
rough, Tom?
honest, they're going to play one long song. It's fine. I'll get over it.
The door.
Linky
All right.
Lou is going to attempt to jump on the branch right next to where, sorry, what's your name again?
Celia.
Celia climbed up to. What are you looking at?
I'm getting a lay of the town. I find it's best to climb a tree.
Yeah, Grandma always said it's good to find the lay of the land.
Your grandma seems to have a lot of wisdom.
Yeah, she was the most forest smart of our village.
Aye.
Everybody always called her the witch of the forest. She told me that witch wasn't the nicest word in the world, but it's not a bad word.
Aye, well, I've known plenty of witches that could do some amazing feats.
Zelia, as you're talking, you're kind of looking at the ruins they mentioned, and even from this distance, you can see it's really hard to make out, but you can see there's patterns in these rocks, and there's it's not just plain old stone; it's been worked.
Okay.
And the
How
door,
far away am I from the tree that they're in?
not far. I assume it's just like across the yard, maybe across the street or something.
So I'm like, while we're waiting for the box of stuff to be brought out, I'm like looking over the paper some more and everything. I'm like, hey, Zalia, do you see a cross anywhere from up there?
A cross? Just I don't know, do I?
It depends on what you're looking for. There's nothing religious as far as you can see. This lady does open the door and she sets a box outside, and it's got just a few of his things in it. It's got like an outfit and a cap. It's got some old trinkets and some jewelry, and then it's got this old book, and it does look like a journal.
All right. Before she leaves back inside for us to look through this, if I might ask you one thing, part of this page that we have, it mentions a cross or something like that that used to be played around when the writer was younger. Is there anything like that in this town?
You see her face get kind of sad, and she says, "My brother was always full of whimsical fantasies. I never paid much attention. I don't know what's in that journal. I haven't read it. It was his escapades that got him killed."
Okay, thank you. I'll just look in the journal then.
Linky Lou looks over his shoulder and attempts to read it too.
You start perusing this journal, and most of it is actually boring. Most of it is about his friends and his family and his daily life here in Froggenhall and wherever he was. And so you start pulling out the pages that are the most cryptic or the most like anything related to what, besides just family and things. And these are the pages you pull out. The first one you see that's torn, you pull it out and match it up. Bing!
Oh, okay.
Does it make that sound?
Mm-hmm. It makes a dun da 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 dun.
Yay! We did it.
All right. So, is there like a sort of merry-go-round or something like that
So
within what we can see?
I'm going to assume that you called back up to Metz with that information since she's your lookout, and I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah, we're looking for a spinning cross, maybe a merry-go-round or something like that.
A spinning cross. I will take a look around. Do I need to roll again?
Nope, I'm gonna go off your previous roll. You look
Okay.
behind you and you see this giant windmill.
There's a windmill. It spins.
Ooh, it looks pretty.
I knock on the door to the for the old woman one more time.
Okay. She answers. What is it?
Would you mind if I took this journal with me for a little while? I'll bring it back to you once we're done.
Honestly, I kept it around because of my mother, but she's gone now. I have no use for it. I don't want to remember anything but what we had before he got the fire in his eyes.
Fire in his eyes.
Yeah, I just mean his lust for his adventure, and he just kind of lost all sight of family.
Oh, you worried me there for a minute. I thought there might be a cursed item to look out for, but I guess if it's a figure of speech, it's not really of too much concern.
Will there be anything else?
No, I think that's all. Thank you so much for your help. Do I have any sort of like money or anything?
Yep.
I guess
You
I
have all
have
kinds of money, right?
400, what was it, silver or gold?
I will. I'll grab you your inventory real quick.
Oh no, that drawing's really scary.
And those are all the pages that are not just journaling about boring things.
Okay.
She reads the last page. Beneath the sun, below the ground, the hatch resides. What? That's interesting.
I will give her 10 gold.
She takes it gratefully, but also kind of like just glad to be done with this, and then not slams the door, but does shut it kind of in your face again.
Brian, what kind of jewelry was in that box?
Your gems from the
No,
cabin?
you said that there was some jewelry in the box of artifacts, or his box.
It's just gold, and it's kind of plain. It's simple. It's like a bracelet and a ring, and maybe a couple rings. There's no engravings on them. Or anything. It's just plain.
I
would take that.
From the guy sliding.
You're just gonna take his jewelry. All right, I'm adding it.
I mean, she shut the door on us with the box outside. Yeah, I'm gonna take it.
Let's see. You were Nyx, right?
No.
Oh, you're butt stuffing.
Yeah.
You'll have to get it appraised for its worth later down the road, or else
That's fine.
I'll just come up with a value, but I don't have one off the top of my head yet. All right. What would you guys like to do?
I would like to start heading towards the ruins.
Anybody else?
I'm gonna follow Neverwinter.
Okay.
Yay, ruin adventure!
You said the windmill was south, right?
Correct. No, the windmill is kind of If you look at the map, you
Oh,
can
that's
see
what
where
I
it is.
meant. The windmill, not the ruins.
Oh,
That
oh,
would be dumb to go straight to the ruins. But
The-
one thing I noticed as I'm looking through the thing is I get to the page where there's the pedestal and the thing on top of it and like the roof coming down looking thing, and instantly like my sort of face expression goes kind of blank, and I look like I get lost deep in thought for a minute there,
Okay.
and then I continue on.
You guys make your way towards this windmill, and the closer you get, the larger the windmill seems to get, until you're finally at the base of it. And this thing it's kind of going in slow motion, but you can almost sense the power from this thing going. And it's quite a walk around the base of it, but it's all just mostly grass, kind of a grassy area, but it's a thin grass. You can see the dirt through it. It's patchy.
Does any of it look like it's been upturned in the last, or looked like it's been upturned any more recent than anywhere else in the area?
No, not really.
Is there a door to go inside it?
Inside the windmill, yeah, but it is locked.
Oh well, it's locked.
Linky-
Adventure over. Let's go home.
Linky Lou is going to attempt to bash it open,
Okay. How are you going to bash it?
kick
Wait
the
one
lock.
second, please. Whoa, excuse me. Let me
Hey,
try
okay.
kicking it open before we just kick it. There could be some sort of explosive trap or otherwise on the other side, and I'm standing
Oh.
far too close for it to be amusing. Anyway,
That might hurt.
well, actually, you know what? You do your thing. I'm just going to back up about 40 feet.
Okay. She's going to lift her leg up, then think about it for a moment, back up 40 feet and shoot a firebolt at it.
Okay.
So I have to roll for attack, right?
Not for this. I'm just going to let you hit. You could roll for damage, though.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's 2d10. 20 damage.
Okay.
Max damage.
This fire crashes against this stone wall in a blaze, and it's all charred and dark, but other than that, it's unfazed. But then you notice the metal lock mechanism is kind of glowing red hot right now.
Not to be whiny, but just an FYI comic, the way that it works is by the level that you actually are of that class, not just having 5 levels combined. And so one of the disadvantages to multi-classing, your firebolt would only be 1d10 because you are not level 5 in any of those classes. Just an FYI for the future.
But regardless, it's still glowing red hot from your fireball.
Oh, sorry. I walk over there, take out one of my water skins and start pouring it on the lock.
Oh, I'll kick the door before
Okay.
does that.
She goes to pour this, and then you kick the door, and there's a chunk, and the door, the whole red hot mechanism kind of shatters, and the water starts pouring onto the ground below it.
Yay! It broke! We did it!
You made it nice and soft to kick in.
Thank you.
When you appear inside, you see it's dim light, and there's even streams of light from the small windows above, and it's just a dirt floor, and there's a staircase going up to a kind of a ladder, and then the ladder goes to the top. There's another walkway up there. The dirt here is really coarse and kind of a little bit gravelly.
I'm gonna go up to the top and then look down at the floor to see if that like sort of reveals any.
I'm gonna send my
spot
owl
where-
up there. I forgot I had an owl.
Okay.
I race the owl up there.
roll a dexterity of some kind. One or the other.
Natural 20.
Ah.
She goes to let this owl loose, and she forgets that it was tied on a leash, and so it like yanks its foot, and you bolt, and you're scrambling up this ladder. For some weird reason, you need to be first, and she unties the owl, and it flutters up after you, and you set one hand on the top, and then what do you say? What do you do?
Ha! And I point at the owl.
The owl does one of those angry owl glares at you.
Linky Lou walks up to the owl. Aw, are you okay, Mr. Owl?
She's fine.
Gotta wait for my
And I will untie the owl then from the tether that it was on.
Okay,
All right,
you
so,
guys are back.
Yeah, I look down and try to see if there's like any sort of spot where it looks like a key would be hidden in, like dug under.
You don't see anything in particular, but like I said, this whole floor is just dirt, and it's not that big around because the walls of this place are so thick that it's large on the outside but smaller on the inside.
All right, I look around the walls too to see if there's like maybe any sort of loose stones.
Nothing that stands out. And you guys do have in your group inventory, you do have some tools that Tim donated.
Oh.
It's at the top.
I'm sorry, I had to step out. What are we looking for here?
It's in the journal. It says that, where does it say this? The ones that he pieced together says, I decided to leave the artifact locked away in the temple under the ruins. I hid the key in my hometown. When we were children, we used to play around what we called the spinning cross. The key is buried underneath. Mayhap I shall unearth it someday. Time will tell.
Buried underneath.
So let's get some shovels and start digging.
You guys have 3 shovels, and you have 4 hand axes, and I think somewhere I saw a pickaxe.
I have a crowbar.
Start prying up the dirt.
Oh, I have a shovel too.
Linky Lou takes out her own shovel and starts digging.
I think this would be athletics. And y'all should
Oh boy.
You should just like roll together.
All right. Nat 20, baby.
Nice.
Oh, that's good because I have a -2 to athletics, and I rolled a
I have
3,
a-
so
I have a +1 to athletics.
just a filthy 1 for me.
At least it's not a natural one.
True.
I'm just leisurely watching them all dig from up top.
I was gonna say Foxy basically just took a shovel, planted it in the dirt, and is leaning on it, watching people.
I got a 7 for digging.
With your guys' combined numbers, I'm gonna say it takes you 40 minutes until one of you strikes the thunk in the ground.
Oh, I think I hit something.
It's-
Dunk, dunk, dunk.
And it's less of a, it's kind of thunk because it's buried, but it's kind of a chink. And
Oh.
so as you dig around this thing, you pull it up, and it's a metal bar, and it's shaped like a T, and then at the bottom there's another smaller T shape.
Wow. What's this thing?
Like, how large is it?
Do you know when people turn on underground sprinklers with those T-shaped bars?
Oh, okay.
That's pretty much what it looks like.
So it's a good 3 foot long.
Mm-hmm.
I never seen anything like that.
Yeah, I think we should maybe keep digging for a little bit in case that's not it.
I agree, and I like take my shovel out and put it back in, and then start to lean on it again.
I walk up to him and grab the shovel from her, and then I'll start digging with it.
I finally know what Tim goes through in Fillmore's Crossing when you just won't leave shit alone.
Ah,
Let's get every detail in there. There's kind
That
of a
totally
sketch
hit
of
the
a
floor.
doodle of what it looks like.
Sketchadoodle.
Sketchy doodle. Oh, did I post it in the wrong place? Sure did. I posted it in the crossing house.
I rolled a 6 for
Embarrassing.
the second time of digging.
You guys,
I rolled a 16.
here. You guys dig for another short while, and you're not pulling up anything but dirt.
All right, this must be it. Let's go.
We only have 2 hours for the session. I can't have all these things buried down there. So you guys
Find another gold tooth.
Ooh.
you guys, I assume fast forward to the ruins.
Eventually, we'll complete the Infinity
Yes.
Jaw.
Yeah, it's a Bluetooth this time.
Oh, okay. All right. So, yeah,
Yes.
we get to the ruins, and what does the outside look like?
Everybody roll perception.
11 plus 1.
That's 19 plus 3, so 22.
22 as well.
14 for me.
What'd you get, Mortimer?
Tim, are you there?
I got a 14.
Okay. So you guys start scanning the area. You walk in, and these ruins are pretty tall in some places, but they're all crumbled. And like I said with Zalia, you are all now noticing that there's these etchings in the side and all these like ornate kind of engravings. And you get so Linky Lou, you're on the inside of this kind of square of this ruined walls, and you see they're less designy etchings. They're more like pictorial. So you see there's like a scene of a moon in the sky, and then there's a scene of a tree growing, and then there's another scene of some people sharing something. You can't quite tell what it is. It's all rubbed out. They're like exchanging a gift or something. And then there's another one. There's another one of the sun and like a rotation of the planets, which is interesting, being that this is all old.
Everybody, look at this over here. Look at all this neat stuff. I move my lantern over to it and beckon towards it for everyone.
Is there
I walk
anything
over.
that resembles the like sort of bridge thing that is in that first page?
Not that you can see, no. And you know, like there are a lot of designs, but as far as actual picture-looking things, those 4 that I mentioned are really all that you guys are finding.
Could you describe them again, but this time slower?
Okay. So the first one you see is a moon in the sky with stars. And then the next one that you see is a tree growing up. And the next one that you see is two people exchanging something. And then the last one you see is kind of a orbity looking sun and the planets.
So I walk up to the one of the two people exchanging something,
Mm-hmm.
and I press into it.
Nothing happens.
I would like to investigate the moon and stars. See if I can notice any details or something sticking out or something. That's a nat 1.
It looks to you like it's a depiction of maybe a night sky.
Could I possibly give her advantage on that? Like, direct her attention over or something like that?
Nope.
Or no?
You can look at it. Too.
You can take a look at it if you want.
All right. Oh, God. That's a 17 plus 3, so a not natural 20.
Okay. Now you actually go up to this thing and you look a little harder than she was, and you start feeling it. You start feeling it, rubbing your hand across it and looking down underneath it and all around, and you come to the conclusion that it's actually probably an evening sky.
Maybe it's an evening sky.
Like the
What
sun.
time is it right now?
It's starting to get a little dark. Like this, it's got that thing where it's still kind of light on one side, but then the other side of the world is getting dark blue.
So like evening or
Like evening.
Approaching evening.
Twilight?
You guys would look up at the sky and you would estimate that it's probably evening.
Is there a tree anywhere near?
Not out here. I mean, you've got a whole forest of them not too far away, but in the ruins themselves, there's nothing growing. It's just dirt and some weeds and shrubbery and stuff. Vines, maybe.
Is there like a place where it seemed like there may have used to been a tree?
Not that you can tell.
So in the middle, so there's walls and like archways around. Is there like kind of a central area that's more open?
You are in the open central area, and then it's just a square with these walls around it, and then the entrances and exits are all just broken down except for the archway.
Okay. Thinking if there
Come over here, please, Neverwinter, and grasp onto my hand.
All right, I go over there and do that.
And we're gonna hold our hands out like that meme from the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. But we're going to position ourselves so that it can be seen in the archway.
Nothing happens.
God fucking damn it.
That was a weirdly good idea, though. I'm actually kind of disturbed.
I'm going to make a shadow like a tree in the middle.
Can I give him advantage?
I don't want to run the clock down, so I'm just going to tell you got to read some text.
Okay.
Linky thinks for a moment and goes,
on the wall.
maybe it's that one that we got. And
We have to dig here, I think.
She takes out the piece of paper and begins to read. Beneath the sun, below the ground, the hatch resides an armspan down. Hey, that rhymes. Jane lost her first tooth today. I assure her that it would be mostly painless. Wait, that doesn't sound like it's rhyming.
Foxy is like, aha, another tooth. That's the clue.
Right. And Mortimer's gonna start digging below the sun.
Does anyone have a tooth that they have? Perhaps that's the key.
Oh damn it! I'm gonna have to add a tooth achievement now.
I'm assuming someone reads that last passage too, and then as soon as they do, I say, "Why did you say that name?"
So Mortimer, you're digging where?
I'm digging below the sun at the base of this wall, about an arm's length down, looking for a hatch.
Interestingly enough, you get about an arm's length down and thunk.
Right.
Right.
And I'm gonna
Whoa,
try
what
and
was that
uncover
sound?
it and open it up.
You dig around this this hatch, and it's almost seamless. It's super tight against the surrounding stone, and then there's a slot in the end of it.
That's what she said. And I'm going to ask Neverwinter for the device.
I hand it to him.
It goes down,
I'm going to place it in the slot.
and once it goes down, you give it a twist, and it locks in place like a handle.
I'm gonna open it up.
Up it goes. It's heavy, but you're a strong guy, right?
Nope.
Oh shit.
8.
All right. Well,
I'll do it. I'm strong.
yeah. It
But I
takes.
have a good athletics, so I'm good at leveraging my weight, I think.
It's basically like trying to lift the lid off of a tombstone. Like it's just a big block of stone, and when you lift it up, there's just an old ladder going down into this dark, musty kind of a tunnel.
Tombstones.
Well, I
have
have dark
lids.
vision. Can I see down there?
Not tombstone, like a mausoleum. Like a mausoleum.
A
No,
sarcophagus.
sarcophagus.
One of those dead people holders.
What did you say, Tim?
What can I see down there? And I have dark vision, FYI.
When you drop down into this hole, you can see all the way to the end of the tunnel. It opens up into a room.
Well, I believe we've found what we're looking for.
Ooh, me. I come on down.
I'm going to
And-
light a torch and then
Yeah.
drop down.
Okay.
Light my lantern.
As you guys proceed into this open room, you see a lot of, like, it's all kind of made with brick, but you see a lot of bricks missing. And in a few sections in particular, there's like whole walls where there's just every other brick is kind of gaping open. Oh, I should.
Hey.
I have to tell you, you do see this lever that's on the page.
Ooh.
I pull the lever.
Nothing happens. And then when you let go, it kind of goes back to its place.
I believe that we have to remove and replace bricks into the wall and then pull the lever.
That sounds strange. But okay.
What about this hasn't been strange thus far? Now, Neverwinter, just in case, we should grasp hands and stare off into the distance again.
I'm down.
I
So, what colors are these bricks that are there?
It's kind of two-tone, and there's some that are made with a reddish clay, and then there's some that are made with an orangish clay. Dun 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 dun. Bonk.
So, yeah, I look over at Mortimer and kind of nod, and show him the paper.
Right. Well, it seems that this is easy enough.
So we try to replicate that pattern on the page there.
Where are you gonna replicate it? Because there's holes all over this place.
We'll start in Okay, so when we entered the room, like, is it just a square room? Like, is there any sort of obvious, like, coming and going sort of
It's more of a cylinder.
path to it? Is a cylinder? All
Ha-
right, well, then,
How are you guys doing on time? Because we've hit our 2-hour mark.
I can keep going.
yeah, I can keep going too.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
Same.
All right. Robin's not here. Yes. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm good till midnight.
Miss you, Robin.
So
Yeah, it's a cylindrical room, and there are no entrances or exits other than where you came from that you can see as far. But roll perception.
I want to look for that rectangle.
Oh, finally a good perception roll. 17 plus 1, 18.
Sorry, I'm not used to
16
using
plus
the
3
app.
for a total of 19. I'm rolling good tonight.
Ooh, dirty 20.
13.
Well, I'm gonna let Zalia see it with you guys anyway because she was specifically looking for it. There's a, it's kind of hard to notice in the brick, but there's kind of the seam of a like what might be a door in the ceiling. It's like a slab. It is
How far up is the ceiling?
not far. It's probably 6.5 feet.
Oh,
Alright.
so I have to duck a little bit while I'm in here.
Oh, I forgot you're a giant.
Goliath.
I forgot you're a Goliath.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Don't be so
So,
racist.
is there spaces in that in the ceiling where bricks could be put in?
Nope. There's just a slab of it's kind of over against the wall, not in the center of the room.
Are there gaps that are underneath it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, then I'll put the bricks in that pattern over there then.
Okay.
And after I do, I turn towards was it Foxy that's over at the mechanism?
The mechanism is not too far from you. It's maybe a couple feet. She's
All right, well,
Foxy is, I assume, standing by it still.
all right. And then
Foxy's a
give
dude.
Oh,
Just pointing that out. But
all right. So yeah, I give the motion to pull on the crank there.
Okay.
I'll give it a pull.
So Foxy, you give this thing a crank, and you hear this kind of rumbling and this clanking and turning, and then the slab above you starts to open. Neverwinter, roll a dexterity saving throw.
That's a 14 on the die. Let me see what my dex save is. Plus 5, so that's a 19.
You jump out of the way as this slab opens, and a heaping pile of snakes falls out of it down on the ground where you're standing.
Ah, snakes! Why did it have to be snakes?
Hello,
I start
Mr.
waving
Snake.
my torch at them to keep them away.
They slither and writhe and try to get away from you, and you can see up into this tunnel. It's just dirt. There's no more stone up there. It's just like a tunnel of dirt, and there's no ladder or anything, but it's not that high up.
I rolled an 8
All right.
for a nature check to make sure that the snakes aren't poisonous.
An 8?
An 8.
They have these kind of stripy brown patterns on them, and you think to yourself,
Is it the stripy brown ones or the stripy yellow ones that are poisonous? I think we're okay.
actually, that's supposed to be venomous. Not poisonous.
Hey, they could be poisonous.
If you eat them.
So long as none of us eat them, we'll be fine.
You guys, I just looked in your inventory. You actually do have a ladder.
Oh, hey.
I don't know how you're
I
lugging
still,
that
like,
along,
I hiss at the snakes a little and be like,
Neverwinter has it strapped to his back.
but it's just scraping across the ceiling in this room.
Why just like hop up there and grab hold of my arms and do like a push up or pull up there, and then after I'm up there, then I'll let the ladder down for the rest of them.
Okay.
Linky Lou,
Really as
before
strong and
he
athletic as me.
before he goes up there, Linky Lou attempts to hop and kind of do back and front flips all the way up and up to the top.
Back
What
and
would I
front
roll for
flips?
that? Yeah,
That is dexterity, fucking acrobats.
acrobatics, right? All right. Ooh, I'm good at this. All right, let's see how I do. Oh, all right. That is a 17 plus my 7, so that is 24.
It's unlike anything anybody has ever seen. Somebody doing backflips and front flips. And yeah, you head up into this tunnel. Chris,
Here, pass the ladder up to me.
Neverwinter, if you had trouble fitting in this room, you have tons of trouble fitting in this tunnel. And it's when you push the ladder down, it's kind of like putting it behind you at your feet because you cannot turn around in this tunnel. It's snug.
Okay.
And as you're progressing, there are still remnants of snakes that you have to crawl past in this thing.
And I crawl really fast.
You have your torch with you, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, they're trying to slither to get away from you. They're just as scared of you as you are of them.
I highly doubt that.
So you leave this tunnel, and it drops down into another small room. This one's smaller than the first one.
Whee! Is that the slidey picture?
No, it just kind of
Oh.
drops down to the floor, and before you see. Dun, 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 dun. I'm trying to remember the order of these. Before you see a dark, empty abyss, and there's kind of a
Was it dark and empty with my lit torch?
Yeah, it's deep.
Oh, okay.
You can see this platform extending out to it, and then it just drops.
I kind of cup my hands around my mouth and go, "Hello."
Hello, hello. Are you here, Mortimer?
Obviously.
You can see the other side is another platform extending towards you with another drop on the other side, and it's just emptiness between. But even with your dark vision, you can't see the bottom of this thing.
Interesting.
Oh, I've seen a place like this before. I grab a handful of dust and then I throw it out in front of me into the emptiness.
It gets all wispy and it just flutters down into nothingness.
It was worth a shot.
Mortimer.
Why are you throwing dirt around?
Oh, well, I was at this temple one time and it looked like it was, completely nothing there. And then the dust laid down on the platform that was invisible, and I realized then I could just walk right across it.
Well, that would be nice and easy.
Mortimer, you would estimate the gap between these two extensions is probably 20 feet. And the ceiling above you is probably another 20 feet above you. To your left,
Well.
to your left and right, it just continues on this chasm. It's like a big canyon in underground.
I suppose that it is as good a time as any to pull out a grappling hook.
Oh shit.
I look at Linky.
What?
A grappling hook. Please tell me.
What's
you
a
brought
grappling hook?
You know, like a hook shot or whatever you'd call it.
What's a hook shot?
Oh shit.
Linky's never seen anything like that.
You've
She's
gotta
never
be
been
kidding
outside
me.
of her house.
Only
Wait,
your
roll-
cousin was here.
Roll intelligence. Roll history. Yeah, that is a nat 1. She has no freaking clue what that is.
Can I have my owl fly a rope over?
You can give it a go.
I don't know what my owl can do with it, but
Tim, you can see on the other side there are the broken bridge has these pillars going up to the ceiling.
Can you repeat that? You cut out. I'm sorry.
You can see on the other on both sides. There's the bridge has these pillars that are going up to the ceiling on either side.
Hmm.
Am I
I'll
also
follow
able
the
to see that?
pillars.
The pillars go up to the ceiling, so 20 feet.
Oh, okay. And there's those
So-
on our side too, right?
It's a pillar on either side of the bridge, and it's 2 on your side, 2 on the opposite side.
So here's what I would like to do then. I would like to cast Shatter on one of the pillars that's across at the base.
What? Okay.
God. Oh my God.
Wait, Brian, how big is this gap?
20
20
feet.
feet.
20 feet.
Oh, okay.
perfect. That's how much we need.
Oh boy.
You're just shattering the base of it, right?
Yeah.
Timber.
I don't know. I must not have made it clear. These pillars are going up to the ceiling. Like they're top and bottom. They're fastened tightly to this.
Linky Lou
Oh,
fires
okay.
a
Sorry about that.
firebolt at the top.
Well, no, I'm not doing that anymore. I mean, you
Oh.
can still do that if you'd
could
like.
my-
but-
Never mind.
Could my owl take a rope and I hold on to one end, it flies around one of the pillars, and then it brings the other end back to me?
I mean, you guys have 500 feet of rope. You can probably do it as many times as you want.
Suddenly, Linky Lou gets a brilliant idea, takes out one of the bolts from her boot and ties a rope around it, and then puts it into one of her crossbows and fires it to the other side of the room.
Roll a damage. Actually, roll a.
You do realize that bolt will break with, at the very least, Neverwinter's weight, right?
What?
Look, he's a massive specimen.
He is a big boy.
An
What if we
absolute
put the-
unit, if you will.
What if we put the ladder across?
Nope.
Well,
think
the
it's a
ladder
10-foot
is
ladder.
only 8 feet or 10 feet long, so I think our
Okay.
best bet is to let this owl fly back to us, and we'll create some sort of a zip line between the two pillars.
Yes, if we have
Okay.
50 feet of rope, we could have it
She
fly
has
a full
500 feet.
oval.
We have 500 feet of rope.
She unties
Well,
the rope
we only
from her
need
bolt and
50
sadly
feet.
puts it back in her boot.
So you hand the rope to the owl, and I guess roll animal handling,
Okay.
unless you got some sort of special powers I don't know about.
It's your
I mean-
ranger familiar, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
And I'm a beastmaster and I have no flipping clue what that means, but that's okay.
You could just communicate with your owl and stuff. Then is that how that works?
I think so.
Okay. So you hand the rope to the owl and give it however you communicate. You give it its instructions, and
Mhm.
it flies off. Do you want it to just go around one of the pillars and come back?
Yeah, I think so. Just
It's
'cause I'm thinking like, well, I'm going to say I've tied it to one of the pillars on my side, and then have it fly around one of the pillars on the other side,
Mhm.
and then we can tie it back around the side.
Okay. You're just gonna have one strand of rope going across, or two strands.
2 strands.
I mean, we
Alright.
could do it a couple of times
It's up to you.
around a couple different pillars. We got 500 feet of rope.
You notice that
I was thinking of it as like an oval around 2 pillars, like one on our side, one on their side.
so what you notice
For the
is
other
that
side.
what you notice is that as the owl is flying and dragging this rope across, it starts to get heavier and heavier, and the owl starts to struggle with its flight. So it gets around and it comes back, and then it starts to go around one more time and comes back. But by the time it's the second time around, it's really struggling to even stay in the air because this rope is getting heavy and pulled taut. It's dragging a lot behind it. So you got enough for 2
So-
wraps before the owl is kind of tuckered out.
Okay, gotcha. I think at least the lighter of us can maybe make it across. I don't know about you, and I'll like side glance at Neverwinter.
Yeah.
Maybe-
Also, Linky is pretty big, but I no doubt way more.
Linky is like 6 foot something, right?
Yeah.
5'6".
5'6".
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought you said 6'5".
No, 5'6".
Oh shit.
I heard 6
Oh,
foot
yeah,
too.
it's
But anyway.
Who's going
There's
for
always the option of us carrying more rope across and shoring up it.
Linky
I'll go
Lou.
first.
No, that's fine. I think I can go and do it. Linky Lou hops onto the rope.
Are you just going to go by yourself, or are you going to take rope like he suggested? What do you want to do?
I'm taking rope with me. I'm like tying it around my stomach.
Okay. Roll a acrobatics. Or what is
All
it?
right.
Yeah, acrobatics.
Athletics.
Oh, athletics.
Climbing is athletics.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, but if you're like
Well,
tightrope walking, that would be acrobatics. How are you getting
okay.
across?
Well, that is an 18 plus. What is it? Plus 1. So 19.
Okay. You make it across. Okay.
Whew. All right. And I guess I tie it to the other side. I like remove it from around me and tie it around to the other side, fastened and everything. Okay, whenever you all are ready.
Hey, Brian. Oh, wait. Okay, how far apart were the pillars on our side from each other?
I'll say the bridge spans 10 feet.
Okay. Then I'll tie one end of rope around the other pillar that we don't have rope tied around, and then I'm gonna try and I'll drop to like all fours and kind of do that deliberate catwalk across the rope that we have down there.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a 12.
So you start to make your way across this thing, and you're really struggling to keep your balance. It's kind of teetering under your weight, and you manage to make it across successfully, but not without some doing.
Okay.
Hello.
And then I'll tie the other end of the rope around the pillar on my side that doesn't have rope tied to it yet.
Okay. So this thing's getting pretty secure now.
Yeah.
Who's next?
I'll go next.
At this point, the rope is pretty well managed, so I'm gonna say you can roll either acrobatics or athletics.
Okie doke. What do I? That is an 11.
Fortunately for you, they've done up these ropes pretty well. So you have the same issue as Foxy, but you managed to get across.
Alrighty.
I'll go next. Oops, I accidentally did that in the crossing house, but it's a 24.
Okay. Oh yeah, you actually you kind of you hop up and dash across like when you're running across. Well, I do it. I don't know if other people do it, but when you run across the top of monkey bars, no problem whatsoever.
You run across the top of monkey bars? The fuck, Brian?
Do you just do this at a local park, or
You know,
are you still allowed at this park?
whenever I'm around monkey bars.
Whenever I see a school, I like to go there and
Just run across the monkey bars.
kick the other kids off, stand on top of it,
Sir,
assert
it's
dominance.
school hours. You're not allowed to use the park while the school is in session. I just want to run across the monkey bars real quick. It'll only take a second.
Why don't you come up here and make me stop?
Catch me if you can.
You're never gonna catch
I can't hear what you're saying because the wood chips are lava. And you're on burn.
Oh man, you're the last one, Neverwinter.
All right. I'm going to carefully tread across.
Okay.
12 plus, and I can use athletics or acrobatics.
At this point, you can choose.
Okay, so I can. My athletics is +8, so dirty 20.
Oh yeah. This rope is starting to. You can hear it stretching under your weight and kind of. But you've done enough strands across this thing that it holds you like a net, and you have no problem getting across. So you guys are all on the other side, and what you see before you is a wall with these stone, kind of rounded stone pillars jutting out from it, and there's 5 of them in a row. And then there is a door, but it's a stone door that's, again, tightly sealed, and there is no handle, there's no lock, there's no any indication of how to open it. These 5 stone rounded pillars, they're almost like obelisks or whatever. They're sticking out towards you at an angle, and they are, 5 in a row.
Sticking out at an angle, like from the wall, or are they still on the floor?
From the wall. It almost looks like
push
this.
one.
This part doesn't look very natural. It looks manufactured. So, you push one, like you push it into the wall.
Yeah, I try.
You give it a budge, and it does not budge.
I wiggle it.
It does have a slight wiggle, but it's kind of tough. It's kind of like a type of a wiggle. It's not much.
5 pillars sticking out of the wall at an angle. Are they angled up or down? Or
Upward.
sideways?
They're almost like pointing towards your faces.
Can they like kind of turn? Like, would I be able to turn one towards one of the other ones?
Give it a try. Do it like probably a strength check.
All right. So that would be a 3 + 8, so 11.
So if 1 is on the left and 5 is on the right, which one do you want to do in sequence?
I would do. I would start with the first one closest to me.
And what did you roll?
A 11.
Okay. You start to try and pull this thing, twist. You said twist it? Or-
Yeah,
So,
Pop it.
like rotate it basically so it's pointing towards one of the others.
do it the same, but bop better. So you start to twist this thing, and you find it to be a little bit of a hefty thing, but it does, and it starts to move, and it feels almost like there's metal cranking inside, like it's not just stone. Like I said, it looks kind of man-made, and it twists to the side, and then it goes ka-chung and holds its place.
All right.
Okay.
So you've twisted it so it's facing the others? Kind of?
It
Yep.
went actually away from the others. It's kind of pointed towards the door.
Oh,
If the door's on the left side.
well, basically what I'm going for is I want them to make that formation of the hands, like handshaking each other.
You can try to move them, but they only seem to wiggle one direction.
Oh, okay.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
So I did one. So I guess now I will try. I'll try the third one.
Okay. Strength.
Yep. And that's a lot better. 13 plus 8, so 21.
You pull this one, and you have no problem with your Goliath strength getting it down, but it is considerably harder than the first one. Like 3 times harder. Not quite, but almost.
Oh, okay. Oh, so there, it's like a strength thing. Okay. So I go back. I double back to 2 and get that one done.
Mm-hmm. I'm assuming since you did 3, you have no problem with 2.
Yeah. And then after that, I go to 4.
Roll for 4.
And 18 plus 8.
Yeah, you manage. Again, it's getting very hard this time, and you actually have to grunt and strain against this one. And you probably even use both hands, which is kind of cheating, but you manage to crunk. It gets in place. And the last one is beckoning.
All right. I'll try that one. And that's another 18 plus 8.
Let's see what I don't even know what 18 plus 8 is. That's going to be 26.
So, yeah.
Okay. You're a beefy dude. You're a Goliath. You
I'm
strain.
like sweating by the end of this. Yeah.
You put your foot on the wall and you strain with all. You pulling on this thing with both your hands, and it slowly starts to grind and kind of groan into place, and then chunk, and it locks, and then the door just swings open. And then,
All right.
as the door swings open, you start to hear some rumbling, and it's coming from behind the wall that you just did all these.
Okay. I think we got to run now. I think the walls are going to close in.
Right, cheerio.
And so, yeah,
Uh-oh,
like I start
let's
running
run.
fast
Where?
forward into that room that we just opened up.
Okay, when you peer down this tall, you have your torch, right?
Yep.
So this goes down a hallway about 30 feet, and you can see it gets darker on the other side because your torch only goes so far, but you can see the 2 sides of this hallway are closing in on each other, and so you better decide what you're going to do fast. You start booking it.
Yep.
Aye,
Yeah.
Run.
run.
With 90 feet of dark vision, can I see if like past that it's like further closed, or if it's all like closing at the same time?
I assume that Chris is ahead of you. If you're second in line, you peer around him, and you can see that beyond this closing in hallway, it opens up into a room, and you can tell with your dark vision that there is indeed a spiked ceiling slowly coming down, and then there's a pedestal at the end. You can't really see. There's something on the pedestal, but it doesn't look like anything you'd recognize from these pages.
All right, cats and kittens, we gotta move fast. And I'll start tearing down that that hallway.
Okay, everybody roll athletics.
Oh boy. Oh, am I?
Athletics
Oh,
is
Oh Jesus.
oh wow, I'm
Um,
getting so freaking lucky.
10.
19 plus 1, so not natural 20.
5.
I'm just
I pick you up and start running with you in my arms.
How you doing, Fozzie or Foxy?
Foxy. I was gonna ask.
Can you play Fozzie? That'd be awesome.
Hey.
Not Fonzie, Fozzie from Fozzie Bear.
Waka waka.
One of my features as a tabaxi is that I can double my speed for a turn. Would that count outside of initiative or no?
Yeah, you can double your speed.
Okay. Can I get advantage for that or not?
You have to roll for this? Oh, because you're doing
No,
you're doing your
athletics
acrobatics.
check.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Okay. That's still not good. Athletics checks puts me at 6.
so Neverwinter heroically swoops
Grabs you too.
swoops Zelia off her feet and starts booking it, and he passes you, and then he like and he skids to a stop and comes back for you and swoops you up in his other arm, and he's like racing you both towards this pedestal. Now
I want to look up in the air with my dark vision and see if there is a break in these spikes around the pedestal or if we're just fucked.
You see a break opening at the pedestal, but it looks to be only big enough for the pedestal. In the distance, you can see an opening in the wall, and these spikes are probably about coming down at 12, 13 feet above you. So pretty soon, Neverwinter, you're going to have to start ducking under these as you run.
I want
All right,
to continue towards that opening past the pedestal.
Okay.
Can we try
Yeah, I
to
would-
push the pedestal? Can you push the pedestal so you stop the spikes from coming?
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Also, as soon as it looks like it would start to be like where the spikes are kind of 10 feet off the ground, I would take out the 10-foot pole and like place it down,
Okay.
standing straight up.
Tim, what is this?
But as I'm running, so like I would just set it down as soon as it would fit, and then just leave it there, and then just hope that works.
Tim, what
as
is
I continue
There's
running.
what is it made of?
no way. It's just a wooden 10-foot pole.
Oh, it immediately splinters.
Fuck.
Oh.
Neverwinter, you're coming up on the pedestal. What do you want to do?
I want to just like grab the thing right off of it and kind of I guess nudge the pedestal over like a little bit off of its axis to where it would like just move like a foot over, but then like I want to take the bell with me and then try to get that gap.
So I mentioned
that's in the wall.
I mentioned to Foxy as he was peering with dark vision, he sees something on the pedestal, but it doesn't look like anything he sees in the pages.
Oh.
But you can grab what's on.
I grab whatever was there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Probably don't pay too much attention to what it is specifically, but you nudge the pedestal over, and then you're heading towards the hole in the wall.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see who else is there. We got them in your arms. Linky, are you right behind right behind Mortimer?
Yep.
Okay, so you guys all pile through this, and Neverwinter, you kind of have to squeeze through this hole actually. So you put the others down, they go with you, and this thing, by the time you're squeezing through this hole, the spikes are
Can
already.
he reach back and get his hat real quick?
Yes, please.
You reach back and grab your hat, and as you do, you happen to see this pedestal start to just crumble under the weight of the ceiling, and the spikes continue on down as this thing shatters. So you squeeze through the hole, and y'all are sliding down this kind of square tunnel slide.
Whoa.
Whee!
You pop out the bottom, and you immediately get hit in the face with this just terrible stench.
Ugh.
And you guys find yourself in the Torrington sewers. Not the Torrington sewers, the I forgot frog and
Frog
Hall.
Holland.
Yeah, and they are
I
not.
get to use it again.
They're not.
And
They're
I
not
thought it smelled bad on the outside.
Ah.
the Frog and Hall sewers are not like the Torrington sewers. They are just basically a little trench dug underground, and it's really swampy down here.
Ew.
So, yeah, as soon as I'm down there, like, I inspect what I got in my hand from off of that pedestal.
I don't have a drawing of it, but it's basically just it's a colorful feather of purple.
Sack of sand.
It's a purple and yellow feather, and it's stuck. It's like needle stuck into a note, and it just says, "Haha, found another way in," and then it's signed Jean Claude.
Van Damme!
Jean-Claude. I
Who's
crumple the feather in my
Jean-Claude?
hand. He's my nemesis.
Oh. Is that a bad thing?
Oh man.
You're an archaeologist and you got a nemesis. What kind of archaeology do you
he's
do?
He's a rival professor. He's at he's at the Wesleyan University of Candlekeep.
You guys find the hole, the kind of the service hole that's puts you up to the surface, and there's a big ladder to climb, and it's rusted out, and this whole thing is just nasty. You guys are feeling pretty gross and grimy. When you get to the top, the moon is already starting to rise into the sky, and it's dark out. You guys are probably all feeling the pangs of hunger by now.
I could eat something.
What the devil do we do now?
It's
Let's go get something to eat.
You would estimate it's probably about the time that your band would be going to stage right now.
Well,
Don't fuck me, liar. Don't fuck me.
oh, of all the times not to be playing Alavari. Ugh.
Are you guys gonna head back
I turned to Mortimer and I say, I don't think you were in Liar's age range there.
A fair point. That sewer smelt quite a bit like his room when he gets done with a groupie. You know he writes all of the songs.
Gross.
Ah,
Oh, like
Double,
shit piss.
It's
All
piss
right.
shit. Thank you very much. And
Why
it's a
are there
very
all these
catchy
bad
tune.
words?
so we were just here to get the bell, right? Or was there something else?
I was hoping to get the bell, but appears we're beaten to it.
Hey, that's a rough go.
I am
Well,
also
that's
quite
pretty sad.
disappointed that I was not given the thing that I was promised as well.
Hey,
What was
what
the
would
name of the guy again? Just so I can have it written down and I don't forget.
Which guy? Jean
The
Claude?
one that left the feather.
Jean-Claude?
Are you guys gonna head back to Torrington?
Well, I
Yeah,
think
we're gonna
I
handle
got what
Cap.
I wanted out of this. Some new friends.
So we're gonna fast forward one more time, and you get to Torrington, and you see a lot of people there. but you don't hear any music. And as you're rolling in, you see this centaur woman approaching,
Oh,
and she's about to go into the inn.
Is it Jaridia Banantman?
is it Miss Dolby?
You could find out.
Hey, a centaur. I haven't seen a centaur around these parts in a while. What brings you to town?
Well, I'm only in these parts for a while. This is my inn. I'm Diane Dolby.
Hi, I'm Linky.
Are you guests here?
Yeah, I'm
No,
trying to
actually,
find my
I'm with
cousin,
the
aunt, and
band.
uncle.
Oh, they have a band tonight. How splendid. And she swings the door
Yes,
open.
you'll want to be front row when we play piss shit. It's quite good.
I think you mean shit piss.
She just kind of blinks at you as she holds the door open for you guys, and then you guys go in.
One of them's got a keytar.
Yeah. I would have jumped in a river on the way back just to rinse myself,
Okay. All right.
just so I'm not completely
Yeah.
disgusting.
I would have cleaned
Yeah,
up a little
same.
bit too.
There was time for you guys to air dry on the way back, so she holds the door open, and when you walk in, Mortimer, you notice that there's no music, there's no band playing, and there are a lot of people kind of gathered in the dining area. And when you walk through the door, you hear something to your left. It's kind of boo-doo-boo-doo-boo-doo, and then you see Liar run up to you, and he goes,
Hey, we got a serious fucking problem, man. You gotta come up here.
What is it?
Just-
All right, Maya. Let's go.
He leads you up the stairs, and when you're kind of outside of earshot of everybody, he goes,
He's fucking dead, man. He's fucking dead.
Who is it, might I ask?
The wizard. He died.
Right, well,
He just fucking
this
died
is
on our...
then why you and I are in business together, Liar. Give me 2 seconds, and I'm going to
Where is
cast...
he?
No, you're not there. You're specifically like going away so that people can't hear us. Mortimer, when they're like, he's gonna pull Liar up further upstairs so that he's out of sight of everybody, and he is going to use disguise self to put on a police uniform and or actually a port authority uniform. He's gonna say, "Hello, sir, feller. Port authority officer Cliff Clifton here. We're gonna have to get this body out of here right now because it's a bit of a health hazard, you see, and the health hazards got to be removed from the situation as soon as possible." And
Oh my god.
he's gonna start dragging this body down the stairs as he's saying this. Everything's under control, folks. Got everything under control. This is a
Right
normal
past Miss
thing. Go
Dolby.
about your
Oh,
business.
I'm part of the Port Authority sometimes.
Oh,
I'll help you.
Mortimer, when you first say this is the Port Authority, you there's a door next to the number 2 room that it
You
starts.
mean the bathroom?
No, it's like another room. It's you see it's open, and the guys inside freak out, and it's your bandmates, and they start scrambling. And as you grab this body and start dragging it out, the Liar guy starts protesting. He's like, "No, man, we got a plan. We just need your help, man. He's got his..."
Nope. Officer Clifton here.
And
He's gonna do things by the book. Okay? You guys just settle down here. This gentleman had a bit of a heart attack, maybe some too much to drink. We don't know until we get him back to the Port Authority headquarters. But this is going to be done by the book, and everything here is going to be locked down for at least the next fortnight. Nobody goes in or out of room number 2 until we get all of the evidence, eh?
They start freaking out, and suddenly Diane Dolby looks up the stairs and sees you dragging this body. She just looks over at the general manager, and he just sinks where he's standing. He's just like he flops into a chair, and then as you're dragging this body, thump 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 down the stairs, out of one of his wizardy pockets drops a weird stick-looking device that you see it fall into the stairs.
Can I see all this?
No, he's kind of blocking your view because he's taking him down backwards. But
I'm gonna,
Okay, but I can see him.
I go and
Dragging
try
him?
to pick up the other end of the body, by the way, so he's not just dunking him down the stairs.
okay, Mortimer, you see this
hold on
thing.
to him for a second, please, Officer Zalia. I gotta bag up this evidence that I just found here. It's really important that this here gets bagged up proper, like, you know. And,
So you pocket this thing and start dragging it. Where are you gonna even put this body?
He's gonna sniff it and lick it a couple of times and like
Fuck.
thoroughly just contaminate the fuck out of this evidence.
Freaking Mortimer, man.
And then go back to what he was doing, removing the body from the inn.
Where are you even taking this
my
thing?
God.
To the river.
Out to-
All right, I think that's where we're gonna end our episode.
Wait, I want to go up to Rupert in the
All right.
Yeah,
in the
same.
thing real quick.
This place is kind of crowded, so you kind of navigate your way through the seating and the tables and stuff. And he's just behind the bar trying to scramble to serve drinks and stuff.
Hey, Rupert, I think if you were ever looking for a time to try to get a promotion, now would be the time.
A promotion.
Yeah, I think you could probably make a damn good general manager of this place.
And that is where we will end the episode.
Linky Lou hops up to Rupert. Hey, so which way is Lincoln's house?
Tune in next week to find out.
Dun dun dun.
Nice. So glad we got to end on a Port Authority note.
Oh my God. That
So
was amazing.
before I stop the stream, I want to congratulate Tim. He completed one of the achievements, and he got a rare item for bringing 3 characters to the game.
Congratulations.
Air horn
Those are
noises. Air
achievements?
horn noises.
You brought 2 characters in one scene.
Yeah, he brought 4 characters.
Oh God.
In
yeah.
one game.
So I only played 3. There was Dirk Diggler, Officer Cliff Clifton, and